Today we're going to discuss simplified colors for shallow water crankbaits. You ready to run guns? Time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Shallow water crankbaits and the color selection you should have. I've mentioned this before. When it comes to shallow water crankbaits, you've got more light penetration, therefore you've got a lot more color choices. The deeper you go, the more simplified your color choices are. I basically stick with 5 simple colors that cover pretty much everything that I need to do in shallow water. I'm talking crankbaits that run 3 to 5 feet deep. This is the main category, and it works for stained water, clear water. All right, not muddy water. That's a whole different scenario. This is stained water and clear water. Shallow water with cover, grass, doesn't matter, open water, rock. These 5 colors are, to me, are the ones that are the best that you can get your hands on, because it gives you the best type of reflection of color, shine, whatever you want to call it. But bass will definitely see more color in a shallower water where there's more light penetration than they will when it's deeper. Okay. Now, for me, my favorite shallow water crankbait from 3 to 5 feet is the Black Label Bacon. This is my favorite one. It's perfect size. It's not real big. As you can see, it's not a very big bait. It is flat-sided, but it's got some beef to it. You can cast this thing pretty good. It's about a 5/16 ounce. You can zing these things pretty good. But enough of that. The color selection I have in these are very simple. I like a foiled type of finish. Remember, this is a flat-sided bait, so I like a foiled finish. I'm not a big fan of foiled finishes on rounded baits. You just don't have enough reflective area. So I like a flatter style bait. But a foiled gizzard shad is when I have a bright day and I want to basically have some shine, some reflection off of this bait. I will go to a foiled type of finish. Now, if it's a cloudy day or maybe slightly stained water, we've got 3 to 4 foot of visibility, I'll go with the pearled version of that gizzard shad. There's no reflection in it. It does have a little bit of metal flake, but that doesn't matter. But that is what I will go with if you've got a darker day, rainy day, like I said, slightly stained water, very slight. I will go with that type of color, a pearlized color, because it puts out the biggest image in the water. Now, if I've got a little bit more stain, we'll say 2 to 3 feet, I will still throw a pearl, but now I'm looking at just a little bit of chartreuse. I've got a little chartreuse on the back. I think he calls this one haze, and it's got a little bit of lavender on top, which also helps it to glow a little bit. But when I have stained water that's 2 to 3 foot on a bright day or a cloudy day, that's a really good color because there's not a lot of chartreuse in it. It's just enough, and it's still mostly all pearl. So that's what I go with on that one. Now, if I'm fishing around rock, or I'm fishing a river, or just say it's fall, or maybe even early spring, and you're able to fish some of the shallower water, I like a natural crawfish. Just any kind of crawfish, doesn't matter what color it is, green, red, orange, whatever you like to throw. This has got a little bit of the green, a little bit of the brown, orange, just a he calls this one fall crawl. And to me, that's just a very natural pattern. And this is the only crawfish I carry in these. That's my favorite pattern he makes. He makes a lot of different crawfish patterns, but that's my favorite. So that's the one I go with. It's just very natural, and that's my crawl. Now, especially in the spring, or if you've got a farm pond, or I'll even use this pattern in a river for long-eared sunfish, things like that. But one of the things that bass hate to deal with is bluegill. So I've got a bluegill pattern. This is the bold that he makes, and I did a bull version of a bluegill in a wigglewort. that I'm sure a lot of you guys saw. This is where I got the basis of my idea from, the way Cliff does this one. But just a standard bluegill pattern. This is good in the spring, especially if they're on the beds, or if they're fanning the beds and everything, and they see a bluegill come by, they're going to try to grab that thing. And again, it's not very big. It's a very small crankbait, so they can just grab it and go, basically. But you can use these in the rivers. Farm ponds are really good for bluegill type baits, because not a lot of ponds have shad in them, just bluegill. So that's it right there. So again, a foiled finish, a pearl white finish, pearl white with a little bit of chartreuse in it, just something to make it glow a little bit, a crawfish and a bluegill, 5 colors. I know you're going to think, man, that's a lot of colors. I'm sticking with one bait in 5 colors. And that's it. But now this is a small finesse crankbait. This is not a square bill, the big bulky square bills. That's another video, and even that color selection is even more simplified than these. So until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.